Okay. Yeah. Well, I grew up back in the Midwest, and I was pretty much a party animal. Loved to party, and drinking, of course, was a what it was all about. And the neighborhood I lived in it was filled with homes run by single mothers, and most of them worked as nurses and are bartenders and waitresses. And so they were gone at night, and we had house after house after house to party in, and that's what we did. I drank and partied to have fun. That was my plan. Didn't always work out that way. The consequences were sometimes pretty severe, because one of the things that I learned is that drinking to that extent has an effect on my mind, my brain, and I can't use it in the manner in which it was intended, and I do dumb stuff, very dumb stuff. And when I did one night, golly, I got off work. I had smashed up my car, so I had to take the bus from work in the suburbs at a Kinney shoe store. I was a shoe salesman. I had to take the bus into town and to my apartment. And I got off work, went to wait for the bus, had 20 minutes to wait. There was a bar in the corner. I'd go in the bar and have a drink while I'm waiting. Turned into several. I did catch the bus, however. I got into town. When I got off the bus, I went right to the bar. And in the bar, somehow or other, I ended up at a party. And I knew a lot of the people at the party, and we're having a raucous good time. And I don't remember it, but I have been told that I said, hey, had a bright idea. Hey, I'm going to go down to the supermarket. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go down to the supermarket and break in and get some cigarettes and stuff. Anyone coming with me? And one fella came out of the crowd. Yeah, I'll go with you. And away we went. And went down there, broke in that supermarket, filled up a goddamn shopping cart with cartons of cigarettes and frozen fish dinners. And the police showed up. I managed to get away, but my friend jumped in his car and tried to outrun the smashed into some garages, burst into flames, and burned down half a dozen garages, making a big deal out of this drunken episode. They even had a big write-up in the papers in it. They called me the frozen fish bandit. Well, that was pretty damn startling, and you would think I would realize drinking was a problem. But it took several other episodes, and I finally realized that I needed to do something about this, and so I sought help, and I found a spiritual way of life, and that has, it's almost worth it for the trouble that I went through in order to have sought for a better way with the eagerness that I did. I had to find something better. There's got to be something, some way, some answer. And that was kind of like my prayer. And the prayer was answered. It's like the Serenity Prayer has been answered. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Wow, that prayer's been answered for me. And whatever it was that took me to get to the point where I sincerely expressed a prayer of that nature, and then to have it answered, it was worth it. So I pretty much live, well, I live a spiritual life. I consider myself a spiritual being, having a physical experience. And as a spiritual being, we all are immortal. Consciousness, it was Einstein said, consciousness is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. It lasts forever. And so I am the consciousness that's operating through this physical body, experiencing physicality through my 5 senses. And it can be a pleasant experience, or it can be an incredibly painful one. And I choose for it to be pleasant. And a spiritual way of life pretty is the way to achieve that for me. And for anyone else who's interested, I'm pretty sure.